What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I've got a blueprint here for y'all that is one of the rarest build names in all of NBA 2K23. I have not seen this thing anywhere, and I tinkered in this tree and found it at all 5 positions. Let me know in the comments if you like this video, if you want to see the specs at those other positions, because it is a little bit different, but it's extremely specific if you want to get this build name. It's an offensive juggernaut that can shoot the pill like no other, but can score the ball and create in a plethora of ways. I'm bringing you guys this small forward version, but like I said, you can make this at the point, 2 guard, 4 or 5. But this thing right here has shades of Jayson Tatum, Brandon Roy, and Allan Houston. This is the first ever shoot first wing. Like I said, you can make this at all 5 positions, so follow along to a T. I'm going to be going over those extremely crucial name threshes and bringing you guys a very oozed potential build with one of the rarest names in all of 2K23. So let's jump right into it. You're going to be a small forward. This version right here is going to be 6'8", but you can make this like 6'3" to 6'7", 193 pounds. That's going to be kind of crucial. And we're going to go 7'2" wingspan, and you know we're going to go body shape built because we are a little bit leaner on this build. The important attribute that we're looking at right here is acceleration. From all the tinkering I've done, like I said, I'm trying to bring y'all an oozed version of these rare build names. You need an 81 acceleration on the 1 through 3, from what I've found. When you go up to the shoot first 4 or shoot first 5, you can go under the 81 acceleration thresh, but making this as a wing, you do need that 81 acceleration. Like I said, tinker at your own discretion to see if you can, find the name with a little bit of a different calibration. But that 81 acceleration is really crucial because it'll change the name to a sharpshooting shot creator or a 3-level shot creator. Hot name's not what we're looking for. We want the rarest name in all of the game. So jumping in, we're going to get our close shot to an 86. I'm going to try to maximize the badge thresh on this build. The badge thresh here is 85, but we need that 86. That's a name thresh. And then we're going to get our driving layup all the way up to a 90. That's a crucial point. I think you might be able to go to an 88 or 89. But then I got driving dunk on this build as well. You're no passenger. You can definitely take flight. Going to get our driving dunk to a 78. And that's going to raise our standing dunk to a 33. And that's it. With no post control on this build, but you're going to get 16 finishing badges. You can take flight. You have gold slithery finisher. That 90 layup is really nice when attacking the rim, because when people see shoot first, they're going to be overdoing it on the closeouts, and you're going to be able to blow by easily. And the kicker on this version is it gets slashing take. So you equip easy blow-bys on this build, and you're an all-purpose scorer. And 16 finishing badges, you're going to be able to get the job done, attack the rim, and score when you do slash. Shooting-wise, this thing's an absolute menace. We're going to get our midi and our 3-ball to an 88. So max out that 3. It's going to give you 27 shooting badges. We're also going to get our free throw to a 75. So those of you who bring this to the rec as an off-ball shooter, this thing's going to absolutely cook and space the floor for any squad that you run with. 27 shooting badges. You can Hall of Fame allocate all day long. The high 80s jumper, those of you who are nice behind the sticks, are going to be greening from all over the wood right when you step inside half court. And then playmaking. Then pass accuracy, we're going to get this to a 78. Then max out your ball handle to an 89. And then get your speed with ball to a 77. You can put that up to an 80 if you want, but that's going to be a badge thresh. It's going to give you 22 playmaking badges. Plenty enough, to be able to be a primary creator on your team with the 89 handle. Hall of Fame quick first step. And realistically, if you make this at the 2 or the 1, like I said, you can be that secondary ball handler or primary ball handler. And if you make this at the 4 or 5, when you do bring this out to the city and play 3s, you're going to be, a wing type ISO-centric player. Because everyone in this era just wants to ISO God, off rip on God, swirl left side curtains. That's not my game. I'm an old head. Let's pass the pill and do our job. But you definitely can ISO on this build with an 89 handle. And it's going to be gruesome at 6'8". 22 playmaking badges is ridiculous. And then defensively, if you drop the driving dunk down and allocate a little bit more to defense and rebounding, you can actually get defensive take on this build. You can get perimeter lock or enhanced jump shot contest. But I do like making it more of an offensive, well-rounded build. But we're going to get our interior defense to a 61. That's a badge thresh. Get our perimeter defense to an 81. Get our steelies to a 74. I tried to go higher into the badge threshes on steelies, and it changed the name. I don't know. I might have had something, off, maybe my acceleration when I was tinkering with that. So try to up your steals, because I know a lot of you like to, get your hand in the glove compartment, put it in the cookie jar. So like I said, tinker at your own discretion. Maybe you guys can ooze out a little bit more badge potential than myself. But this blueprint is going to be really nice and really playable. I'm not going to have block on this build. Actually, blocks are, somewhat nerfed in this game, more realistically. So not everyone can just go get chase downs anymore. So we're not going to worry about block on this build. Again, you're offensive oriented anyways. But I did want to have defensive rebound. You still want to be able to make an impact on the defensive end when the ball comes in your area. You can go get it. We're going to get that defense rebound to a 74. And that's going to give you 14 defensive badges. You're going to be able to stay in front of your opponent on the perimeter with that 81 perimeter defense. You're not going to be a complete liability in one-on-one situations, and you can help on the defensive glass instead of just leaking all day every day. And 14 is not a super high number, but when you allocate maybe +4 from welcome to the league, you can put that at your defense and make you even more well-rounded. It's up to you. It's your build. But the one thing we are punting is block. And then physicals, it's going to be important here. We're going to get our speed to an 80, get your acceleration maxed out to an 81. We're going to leave our strength as a 40. You guys know me if you see my other builds. I'm a big proponent of strength this year. I don't want to get pushed around like a peanut. No mice in this house. But on this build, I'm not 100% sure if it's super crucial to have a high strength. You can definitely, take some things down and allocate to get that strength so you don't, get pushed around like a little child. But you're going to be more off ball. You're going to be more spot up shooting in the corn, shooting on the wing, and slashing with a high layup. And you're not going to really be, mass shucking and jiving with the big dogs down there. So we're going to keep our strength to a 40. We're going to get our vertical to a 70. We're going to put the rest on stamina, but I see that I messed up somewhere. So from my specs, we're going to put our stamina to an 82. And sometimes this happens when you're going through and making a build. That's why it's really crucial to kind of stay on your P's and Q's. Even I make mistakes. Within the confines of the edit, my driving dunk dropped from a 78 to a 75 up here, which cost me a finishing badge. That's why I really like to give builds once-overs. Had a little technical difficulties, kind of tripped myself up there, so if the edit's a little weird, I apologize. But let's just give this a once-over. This is the official specs blueprint for this shoot first wing. You're going to have 16 finishing, 27 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 14 defensive badges. This build's very specific. Let's go over some of the name threshes. We want that close shot to an 86. We want that driving layup to a 90. We want our midi and 3-ball to an 88. We want the ball handle to an 89, very crucial. And then we want our acceleration at an 81. Like I said, I've made this at the 1 through 5. And if you make this at the 4 or 5, you want that shoot first 4 or 5, you can drop the acceleration down. And then you can even allocate a little bit more, get a 93 ball. But this build right here, this 6-8 version, this first ever shoot first wing, is going to be able to do a little bit of everything. It's a nice wing scorer that is primary goal is to put the ball in the hoop. That can also create for others with that ball handle and pass accuracy. And then going to the takeovers, like I said, you're going to be able to get finishing, slashing, take on this build. So I love easy blow-bys, and then just, you got shot creating, shooting, and playmaking. But I love easy blow-bys and finishing moves, because that's going to open up an element that this build's not necessarily predicated on in its play style. And then you're going to end up literally with the first ever 6'8" version of the shoot first wing. This thing right here is absolutely gruesome. I would love to see this out in the city on patrol, cashing checks and taking names. It's definitely got that beautiful, wing scorer playmaker type build, but this name is absolutely rare AF. Never seen it before. Saw Uncle Demi shoot first point. He found the original blueprint from someone he got the specs from, I'm assuming. But this right here is a 6'8 version, not some 6'3 pea green. This thing ain't getting pushed around. If you do allocate more towards strength, it definitely ain't getting pushed around. So let me know down in the comments if you're rocking with this build, and if you want to see the shoot first 4 or 5, if a blueprint of those, because it's a little bit different. But this is the first ever shoot first wing. Who's got the plums to get on this build and bring them out to the city and start dominating? You know what time it is. Quest Sparrow bringing that heat.